guys. We're gonna Joe. We're gonna
Yo! You know how to do a fly shit for the intro. You know what I'm saying? Pressing all the buttons like a bad kid on the elevator. To the right of me.
What do Scooby
Was goody.
And to the left of me.
No, wait.
Two times, baby.
Okay. Another glorious Sunday. Colder than a motherfucker today in New York.
Yeah.
But we here. You know the vibe. It's the Jones Hour. We live every Sunday. You know you gotta hit the subscribe on the YouTube. Hit that notification bell so you could be tapped in for, whenever we going live so that you could fuck with us. We got the live call in. So, the number is going to be posted on the YouTube right now. So I'll pin it, and yeah, I already know what time it is, man. But we talking all that New York sports, all that hip hop shit, everything trending right now in the world at times. But this is what it is, man. We appreciate anybody that's fucking with us, that's ever been fucking with us, and that continues to fuck with us.
Word.
Big facts on that. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate all the love.
Word, man. Aunt, how's life, man? Let's crack these brews open. Word up. You heard that? Sound like fucking Stone Cold out here. You know what I mean? Which we gotta get into some wrestling later. Oh, you're supposed to cheers. Cheers first.
Life is good.
It is good, man. I have no complaints. You know what I'm saying?
You can't do that and be like, man, shit's fucked up.
Yeah, nah. I was stressing. I was a little stressing. Like sometimes life be lifing. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we get in our own heads. You know what I'm saying? With all the things that's going on in our lives in terms of like, how bad it is or, how things are going and whatnot. But it's important to stay grounded. It's important to stay positive. It's important to keep those vibes and frequencies high. It's important to keep on doing what you need to do. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And not lose focus and realize that there's always going to be a light at the end of that tunnel, no matter how dark it might get around you. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I was praying for a sign and I got it. I got it this week. That's how true it is. That's how true it is. That's not. But that's how true it is, the sign that I got. You know what I'm saying? That was so random that it started happening right after I said that.
Mm-hmm.
But, yep.
Lightning bolts.
Yep. And that's how I know everything's going to be all right. And, everybody out there, just keep that mindset, that things is going to be all right. And you'll be able to push through and get through any of the adversities that you might be going through in this world, because it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. But let's get right into it. Should we? I think it's got to be.
Talking a little
Nicks and Dimes, sponsored by us. Yeah, Nicks and Dimes. We're talking that New York Knick talk, man. Like so we finally got appearance from Mitchell Robinson the other day. So cheers to that. Let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that you know what I'm saying, and hope that he can stay healthy for the remainder of the season going into the playoffs, because we're definitely a playoff team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, he's getting rested as much as possible. Let him get his minute restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, play him for, I don't know, 15 minutes for the next, couple of games.
Word.
You know, give him his burn as he goes. You know, but I would say don't play him back to backs. That type of shit. You know, like.
Nah.
But we're being put in a position right now where he kind of needs to play.
Yeah,
So,
we are.
like,
Go
I
ahead.
would like him to rest a couple more games, because the more games, like, if he does get the opportunity to rest,
Yeah, nah.
but when you put it like this, right? If you give him if you have him burn in 15 minutes, all right, a game,
Mhm.
that's still like half of what Tibbs would have played him in a regular game.
Mhm.
So after 2 games, you realistically only are playing 1 game for him. You know what I mean? So that, like, I wouldn't say like full on, but I would say like just minute restrictions. You know, because Tibbs could get carried away, and then this like will be out before the playoffs, and that's not what we want. You know?
Yeah. I mean, we already know the situation with him and how delicate he could be, you know what I'm saying? But he does go hard, so it's like you take it, because you understand of how hard he's gonna go with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like yeah, I don't want him to miss no more time. I don't want him to sit. I think he needs all the run that he could get. If I'm saying 15 minutes is good, I mean this game, first game back, he played like 7 minutes in the first and the same in the second half. You know what I'm saying? So it was about that 15-minute mark, and it wasn't nothing crazy. What, like 4 points, 4 rebounds, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it wasn't, but his presence, it makes a difference, and hopefully, he'll continue to be able to do that for us as we, continue to make this playoff run. Um, Big game against Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're losing basically the entire game. You know what I'm saying? Like, not at all winning until that last shot, which, you know, big shot to by OG, but kudos to Jalen Brunson. You know what I'm saying? Because like he knows how much attention he gets. He is definitely right now in the league this season a top 5 finisher in the game. You know what I'm saying? Most clutch. Like when you giving him the ball in this crunch time, you know what I'm saying? At the end of games, big shot on the line, he's taking it and making it, but I think, Memphis knew that, and he was able to draw enough defense to give OG a wide open shot in the corner or the elbow corner, and he banged it, and we win by 1, and
And you gotta love how like humble OG is about that shit. Like,
yeah,
show
I was
no reflex on it, just a little smirk on it, and that's it.
yeah, because you know what, I was having this conversation with my boy Swizz, and I kind of put it. I was like, this and this was like the day before he hit the shot. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, this OG contract might look bad in some time. You know what I'm saying? Like the Knicks is looking so horrible on defense. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, he's been healthy, but he needs to really remain healthy at the time that we need him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just the point of staying healthy; it's about being healthy when we need you. You know what I'm saying? Similar to what we're going through with Mitch. Like we let him rock this whole season, but if he could stay healthy now from this point on, then it's like all's forgotten. It doesn't even matter that you missed 50 games, 60 games. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me, we got to see where that goes, but
we need him to step up and be that third factor.
Yeah, like because you know what, he is the highest paid player in Knicks history. That's what I was making the point of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like you're not even the best player on the team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not better than Brunson, and you're probably not better than Karl-Anthony Towns either this season.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like
Cat's arguably having his best season
ever
of his career.
Yeah. Basically.
So when it comes down to it, like no, but we need him to be that third factor.
Yeah.
Like because we now know that Mikal Bridges is not going to be that third factor. And not when we need him to be. But like if OG's always there, then it makes sense.
Not yet.
that like to be that 3-and-D guy and to always be like clutch with
Mhm.
it. You know, like if he's that, then I'll fucking take it. Like I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck about the like money.
Yeah, I think because it was, I think also like here's the thing. I think also like because it was Mitch's first game back, he didn't want to let him make him do too much because it was really a big time, to see what we could do because Memphis got a big team with that rookie Zach Edey, and then they got Jaren Jackson Jr. and they got other big men. Even Aldama is like 6'10". You know what I'm saying? So like they got big bodies in there. We have a small lineup without Mitch and Cap playing the five, And in that game, Josh Hart got his like fifth foul in like the third quarter and went to the bench. And Tibbs brought in Landry Shamit. And it was like, damn, like that would have been a perfect time right there, opportunity to try to put in Mitch Robinson. You know what I'm saying?
Test out the lineup.
To
Give it some
move
burn.
OG to the 3 now instead of being at the 4 and Cat at the 5, and you move everybody and you see how that looks. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, at the end of the day, it's probably now considered the right move because they won the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
Right?
All right. So I would have wanted if we weren't trailing, like if we were blowing them out, dog, then yes. Like then it would be like, yo, what the fuck? But we were trailing the whole fucking game. I think he wanted that W. Like we needed that W. So like I don't think he necessarily looked like I don't think that was a good testing ground. Like when we play, I don't know what's a good game of like Washington. Like, are we playing Washington or something like that moving forward? Are we playing the Jazz? Are we playing Utah?
Nah, Jazz.
Any clear tanking teams?
Spurs.
Yeah.
Spurs, Washington, Charlotte.
Yeah, we got a couple of games that like
Philly.
Philly. We got some testing ground games. So like I'm not 100% worried about that. I just felt like the fact that we were trailing the whole game almost, that what was it, like 90% of the game we were trailing. I think because of that factor, I don't think it was a good, and the fact that it was the first game, it didn't necessarily seem like a good time for it. Like they can do it moving forward. Absolutely.
No, we're gonna see it eventually. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't make sense not to. You know what I'm saying? I think that was ideally what you wanted in the starting lineup because now that also makes Josh Hart your 6th man. Now you've strengthened your bench. By making that move. Whether it's Josh Hart or Bridges, one of them is going to be coming off the bench now as your 6th man. You know, and
it boosts. And that's the problem is that like our benches, that game, Memphis has the highest rated bench and we have the lowest rated bench when it comes down to points. So like having him as a 6th man boosts. It boosts the fucking
bench.
The bench.
It boosts everything because also like when it comes to these minutes that's being played and the amount that our starters are getting, you know what I'm saying, in comparison to our bench, to make that statistic why it's so valid, because our bench doesn't really get the amount of minutes to actually be able to do much scoring in terms of in comparison to other teams. You know what I'm saying? So, that obviously is a factor in the rotation. But, with Mitch now being in the rotation, again, maybe, we push it to 9, 10 men rotating but we still need more time because that's going to happen when he's able to play 25 minutes a game and not just like 15.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we need 25, 28 minutes from you a game. You know what I'm saying? Quality minutes, being able to push it in certain game factors, towards the end of the game, it's close, they big, you know what I'm saying? Or someone's in foul trouble, we need you in, shit like that.
Like I love Chewy, but Chewy's just too small. Like Chewy cannot like it needs to be Mitch, bro. Like
no. Precious, but at the end of the day, nobody's really saying that Precious Achiuwa is supposed to even be a starter, though. You know what I'm saying?
I know
it's just that at the back, he's really supposed to be a backup 4 and not a backup 5. And that's what it's.
And then we're forcing him to be a backup 5.
Yeah, because now with Mitch in the rotation, now as the 5, now you could not only put Cat at the 4, but then you could also move other players to the 4. Now you could put Achua at the 4, where he's probably a little bit stronger, as opposed to playing the 5 with Mitch on the floor. You know what
Facts.
I'm saying?
Yep.
And giving Cat a break. You know what I'm saying? And then the amount of lineup, um, combinations is a lot bigger. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah,
with him,
man.
just with him being able to play. We, like I said, we just need some more time of them getting that continuity going, get that familiarity going, getting that Knicks basketball thing going.
Mhm.
And once we're able to do that, then we could really see and um, estimate where we're gonna be at. Because we got good game. Like we going. It's weird, bro. We playing today at Miami. Then we come home Tuesday against the Warriors, and then Thursday, then we go to the West Coast. You know, Thursday the 6th, the Lakers. Friday the 7th, the Clippers. Monday the 10th, the Kings. Wednesday the 12th, the Trailblazers. Saturday the 15th, the Warriors, and then we home on the 17th.
I really wanted to go to that Warriors game.
Yeah, no, yeah, you said it about 25 times already. But like what I'm saying is like in terms of the schedule, like we need that continuity now to get them familiar, because here's what it's going to come down to. On March 28th, the Knicks are playing at the Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay.
That's a good game.
Mhm.
Milwaukee, you might be looking for positioning in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
Then on April 2nd, we play at the Cleveland Cavaliers. Another big game, quality opponent. Then on April 8th, we play at home against the Boston Celtics, our nemesis, so to speak. Then our very next game, April 10th, we play at Detroit,
Okay.
a Piston team that we might be on a crash course with to be playing the first round.
Yeah.
That not only played us well, and I believe beat us one time already this season, but just smacked Boston by 20 after Boston just smacked us by 20.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Call him sleeping.
Yeah, the athleticism in Detroit's team is not nothing to sleep on. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of young boys with nothing to lose and everything to prove, and every single night is another opportunity for them to put their shit on display. And then when it gets to the playoff time, that means the whole country is watching. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Kate Cunningham. It just
Kate
proved
Cunningham. Yep.
shit. The games like that prove the fact that Monty Williams is like straight up trash and
Yeah.
like ran.
Well,
like,
I
fucked up their
mean,
shit.
you know what? I do give a little bit of.
Yo, dog. They traded with us. All right, got fucking Frenchie from us. All right, and then gave him starting fucking minutes over all the youth talent that they had on that team at that time.
Yeah.
All right, as they only added a couple extra pieces. They
Mhm.
had so many good fucking players, and you're gonna play him and fucking Hayes. So he literally played like two fucking French fucking players, and like they were both trash.
Yeah.
You know, like it
But
made no
I mean,
sense.
I just meant it on like a personal level of what Monty Williams was going through in his life. That's why I don't really fault him too much. You know
No,
what I'm
I
saying?
didn't know all that, but
Like his whole family died type shit.
damn.
Like his wife and all of that.
I'm sorry for that.
You know what I'm saying?
But
That's why I was like, he just wasn't able to focus, and that's why. And let him go.
he made
But they
he made a lot of bad decisions.
Yeah,
though.
they do have a quality young players. That boy Thompson, the twin, where the other kid is on Houston.
Mhm.
They both nice. That boy Thompson on Detroit crossed the shit out of Jason Tatum. You know what I'm saying? In that game when they beat him,
Mhm.
crossed the shit out, almost made him fall. So it's like these boys is not nothing to play with. We're gonna play them on the 10th, and then the very next day on April 11th, the Knicks play at home against the Cavs. You know what I'm saying? After that, we'll end the season at Brooklyn at the Barclay. But that's nothing. Barclay, we're not worried about. It's the Cavs game. You know what I'm saying? So we still got these quality opponents that's gonna, it's gonna matter when we're playing them. It's gonna
Mhm.
mean something. It's also gonna set the tone, and give certain teams confidence going into it, because whatever happened just recently, right after the All-Star game, when we played Boston and Cleveland back to back and lost both those games and got smacked, it's not gonna matter when we play them right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When we play Cleveland on April 2nd and then again 9 days later on April 11th. You know what I'm saying? And then we play the Boston Celtics April 8th and then a quality Detroit team April 10th.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even the Suns, we got to play the Suns at home. You know what I'm saying? We got to play Trey Young in there. You know?
The weird ass Suns, bro.
You know? So it's like, like I'm not really too worried about those games, because those are teams that we should be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when we play Detroit, when we play Boston, when we play Cleveland, when we play Milwaukee, that's gonna really be the underlying um test. You know what I'm saying? Like the test to see exactly where we are and can we compete with these teams? Because as of right now, the Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers
Have our card, bro.
they're both better than us.
Yeah.
It's not they have our card. They're both better than us.
Yeah.
Both those teams are better than our team. Unless we could see what we could really be like now with Mitchell Robinson.
Nah, those
you know what I'm saying?
Those would be
But those two
statement
teams
wins.
are better than us.
Those would be statement wins. Us getting those dubs.
If we beat all four of those, in those 4 games, we go 4-0. Because like when thank God we're not playing OKC again, but OKC, Boston, and Cleveland, and like we have the 5th best record in the NBA, the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Let me see the standings. So Cleveland, the Celtics.
We gotta go up. There you go.
Yeah. The Thunder, the only 3 teams that have a better record than us. You know what I'm saying? And we haven't beat them.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't beat any one of those teams. You know what I'm saying? In the 6 or 7 times that we played them.
It's crazy too, because like I was just talking to a friend of mine about it, and the only teams that I fear are the Celtics, the Cavs, and I would say the fucking Thunder.
Yeah.
You know, but after seeing the Timberwolves fucking like completely just like pull their card, bro. Like I even question the Thunder now. You know, like
no, it's any given night. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, but
definitely.
it's just like how we match up against them. Go ahead.
Oh no, absolutely facts. But when it comes down to that team, unless they got Chet back, you know, like that. What I'm saying, like full on strength, running, like everything good to go. Like they're almost in the same situation as us, bro.
Word.
You know, so like they are dangerous having Chet. Like if they're just like in full strength, like if they are like super dangerous. Without not full strength, I don't view them that dangerously. Like I only view the Cavs and the Celtics as like the 2 enemies. You know, like worry about those fucking 2 the most. Obviously, 1 game at a time.
No, definitely.
Because if we play Detroit, then fuck, like they could get it too, bro.
No, I mean, as of right now, we would be playing Detroit. Let me check again. Yeah, Detroit is the 6th seed. We the 3 seed. The Bucks will pay the Pacers.
What's the standings though on the placement on that? Like who's on 5 and who's on 7?
Bucks is 4. Pacers is 5.
No,
Pistons
I'm saying
is 6.
I'm saying 5. Like what's the point?
The game differential.
Win loss. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Knicks we ahead of the Bucks 5 games between the 3 and the 4.
But the Pacers and
the Bucks and the Pistons are separated all by a game.
That's what I'm saying. So that can scramble.
So the Bucks is the 4, and they're only a half a game up on the Pacers and a full game up on the Pistons. You know what I'm saying?
So it could be either one of those, bro.
Yeah. And then for the play-in, there's all teams with below 500 records looking to try to get in. The Heat, the Magic, the Hawks, and the Bulls.
Any of those you see? The only ones I could see is upsetting, or doing something in the playoffs is the Hawks.
Yeah, I can see the Hawks coming. I can see the Heat falling off. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they got rid of Jimmy Butler. I think he was a potent piece. I mean, what they got back in return wasn't really nothing to really, like.
Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not like he's not a top player where we look at in terms of leading a team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Clutch
saying?
factor, that type of
Yeah,
shit. Yeah.
he's definitely a big, solid complementary piece.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But not to be the man. You know what I'm saying? So I could
Mhm.
see them falling off. You know,
Yeah.
but who knows? Because if they fall off, then who's gonna come up? Either the Nets or the Sixers. I could see the Nets doing something though. I
Yeah,
could
I'm
see
not
the
really
Brooklyn Nets coming up. They're only 3 games out of the
after
of the
that whole
playing.
situation. I really don't understand Pat Riley's game. Like at least currently, like I know he's like one of the greatest ever to do it, one of the greatest coaches ever. Like I understand that. He's one of the puppet masters.
Mhm.
But dog, like at this, like you're not if you're not getting anyone. Like you're literally like at this point you're in purgatory.
Mhm.
Because you're not bad enough to get a top pick unless they got other people's picks. I'm not 100% sure on that, but like I look at it like he's just waiting for people to come to the team because he's Pat Riley and it's fucking Miami. It's like, hey, bro, this is a destination spot. Like you live a great life here, playing here. Like that type of shit. But when
Mhm.
when like you were saying, it is obvious Jimmy is not a 1, he's a 2, and he needs like a 1. Like
Mhm.
so, you should be getting that 1.
Mhm.
Like you should be getting that dog fucking 1.
Back and shit.
Yeah, but not
Yeah.
even like find that dude, draft that dude, trade for that dude, whatever it is, but like try to get that dude. Like when your answer to that is getting fucking who the hell did they get? Old dude. He's like our age, or my age. Raptors. They got him from the Raptors. Point guard.
Oh, Lowry.
Lowry. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
what is that? You know what I mean? Like your point, like outside of point guard or any other point, like they didn't make any crazy ads, bro. Like they didn't make any when they had Jimmy, they never really did anything. They just had Jimmy and Bam.
Mhm.
Like, and you have like good shooters around them and shit like that.
No, I
But like, it
think
wasn't like they were moving pieces and shit, trying to like actually make that enhance the team. They
yeah,
were
no, I
completely
think
okay with being in purgatory.
no, I don't think so. I think they thought they got something with Duncan Robinson, got something with Tyler Hero. You know what I'm saying? Try to, build with him from there, the Gabe Vincent, the other shit. You know what I'm saying? So like when they went to the finals, like in that playing maybe or the year after when they shocked everybody, beat us, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
and everything like that.
That was the Gabe Vincent shit. And
Yeah,
stuff like
you
that.
know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like those players all left, after that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? A lot of them got bigger contracts and went on to different teams and things like that. And I think with just the way Jimmy Butler was behaving, I think it's good now in Golden State. And I actually hope they do actually make a run. You know what I'm saying? And not for really Jimmy Butler, but more for like Steph, because I respect Steph so much.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And what we've witnessed for his entire career as the greatest shooter of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I could totally see them doing that too.
I could see a team, especially one of these young teams, like a OKC team or a Houston team that's pretty up there. And now you have to run into a Golden State team in the first round where you are ranked better record wise, but you don't really have the experience. You know what I'm saying?
It's
That
like, oh shit, I'm playing my heroes.
yeah, yeah,
My
yeah.
fucking I grew up fucking loving these dudes and I'm
And
playing them in
now
the first round of the
yeah,
playoffs,
they're about to spank me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So it's like it becomes different, when you think about it,
Yeah.
So like, that's the type of team that you don't really want to play in the first. When let me see the Western Conference Finals, Joe. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's a dangerous bet.
standings.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, because look, like or even like, or you do make it, and like Luca's, like the Sixers is now the 6th seed. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They're a young team as well. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know who's on the Sixers right now, to even be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? But they're the 6th seed, but they would have to fucking play the Lakers. Like this Luca LeBron shit is looking real.
The what? The Sixers, you said?
No, the Lakers.
Are playing who?
The Clippers.
The Clippers. Okay, like you said, the Sixers.
Maybe I did say the Sixers, but I
Yeah.
meant to say the Clippers.
There you go.
Okay. So the Clippers, like the Lakers is not a team after this move. You know what I'm saying with Luka? Like
Mhm.
Luka and LeBron, like this is different, bro.
Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna make like we talked about this, if they're making that move, if they're gonna make that push, that trade was to make that push now. LeBron is reaching the end, bro. You have to make that push now. Like,
I believe
it's a now year, like for them. Like I truly believe that they're gonna go hard on this shit, bro.
Yeah, no, I legit believe that Dallas was really the one shopping around.
Mhm.
I say, yo, who in there? They sat there in their office. They said, what do we need? And if we are to get rid of Luka, what could be the best player we could get back? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And you started looking, you started thinking about big men and everything like that. You hit up the Lakers. Lakers is like, a word. Like, we're not gonna give you LeBron, but we'll give you AD. You know what I'm saying? When they was like, word, I think that was enough for them where they said we're going to get something quality back and we could still win now with Kyrie and the other
AD.
pieces
Yeah.
and AD. You know what I'm saying? And I thought the Lakers' thought process behind this was like, wow, we're going to have our another star. You know what I'm saying? Let's hope that we could reel him in, make him feel at home, give him the bag, make him a Laker for the rest of his life. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like it don't matter what you did in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they pulled the trigger. You know, both sides. You know, obviously Dallas is gonna 20 years from now, 10 years from now, that we're gonna look back on this trade. It's gonna be top 5 dumbest trades in sports history and what they did and what they gave up.
If
You know what I'm saying?
If AD ends up being a like bum when it comes down to like health and stuff like that, like don't want to dog him for it or whatever, but like it in general, like if he's unhealthy for him,
Mhm.
then yes. But I look at it like the Lakers have no big now. They have no big body. They have, like who the fuck do they have now?
I wouldn't be surprised if they try to finesse and get AD back. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
I totally see them doing that.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
But-
you know,
but
we
you-
get
but you
Luka,
hear- you hear what
get
I'm-
him to get out of Dallas. You know,
You hear
not
what I'm
sign an
saying, though.
extension.
You hear
LeBron
what
take
I'm
a pay
saying, though.
cut.
Like that
Yeah.
that is a big difference maker.
Right.
You know, like when you are going against a team that has a big body in the paint, has a fucking dude that's blocking shots and all that other shit, it's gonna hurt them.
Mhm.
It's gonna fucking hurt them. They're not
Facts.
gonna have any answer for that. And then you're gonna have to have people disposable, like, yo, you're gonna foul out, you're gonna do this, or you're gonna do that, blah blah blah. You know, like it just doesn't make it. It's gonna hurt them in certain factors. Like there's weaknesses to that team, you know.
Mhm.
But you still got Luka and you got fucking LeBron, bro.
Facts.
Like the two biggest beasts in the fucking game. Like,
Mhm. And it makes a difference, obviously.
yeah.
Obviously makes a difference. So I think that's a team that should look out for. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, facts.
Lakers, Warriors, you know. Damn, Minnesota is the 9th.
But
It's
yeah,
crazy.
I like playoff
Thunder,
wise,
Nuggets,
they're gonna get
Lakers,
hurt.
Grizzlies. Thunders, Nuggets, Lakers, Grizzlies. Those are the top 4. Then Rockets, Clippers, Warriors, Kings. And look at that. Minnesota and Dallas have the same record. And the Suns are so trash. 28 and 32, bro.
I'm talking about the Suns, bro.
I can't
Fucking-
believe that they
on fantasy. How's Bradley Beal ill now?
yeah, he's sick of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Dude's like putting up like 20, like 30 like points a game now, and I'm like, yo, bro, like that's what's up. Like
Mhm.
I'm looking at my fucking fantasy, and it's like 50 something points, 60 points from him, and I'm like, yo, dog, like nice, like
Thank you.
thank you, yeah,
Word.
finally,
Mhm.
finally,
You found your groove.
yeah. Wait for everyone to be out and tuned out and be like, all right, cool, let me do my thing, let me cook.
Yeah, nah. They don't. That's a team that's in shambles and probably be looking to make moves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Shit, maybe we could get Durant. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'd give up Cat for Durant. Right?
I
now.
heard a take of him going to the Wizards, and I mean, in a sense of him like being from there, I think that's kind of ill. You know, like have him go to the Wizards. But I personally like I would love for this like Seattle to come back and him to go back to Seattle and retire in Seattle.
I mean,
But,
that's
like,
like
that's not
it's
now.
good. Yeah, that's good like storybook shit. But I mean, in terms of him, uh, it's like, are you just here to play for money for the accolades, or do you actually want to try to redeem yourself and get your own chip? You know what I'm saying? I think that's a Kevin Durant question that obviously he'll have to answer within himself at the end of the season. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
hear you with
Because
that.
I think maybe you did go to Phoenix with the intention of it, making them a big team, especially with Devin Booker, and then you guys did, I mean, you went there after, they went to the final. You know what I'm saying? But you try to almost like dick ride again, it seemed like. You know what I'm saying? With what you did in Golden State as well. And now, where you at now with them? Are you gonna just stay? Like, fuck it, you gonna end your career there? Like, good weather or something? I ain't mad at you, but like, your legacy is gonna take a hit for it, Like, you're not gonna be ever considered one of the greats. You might be one of the considered most efficient, you know what I'm saying? One of the greatest scorers, and you know what I'm saying, pure jumpers, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But in terms of just all time great, like, you'll never be in that conversation. You know what I'm saying?
You're saying because of his chips only coming from Washington.
Not
I
only
mean,
that,
Washington. Sorry, the Warriors.
not only that, his chips just came from there, but it's more of the way he's went about it. You know what I'm saying? Like jumping at Golden State after being on OKC and losing in Game 7. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you go to Golden State, you win the 2 rings. You know what I'm saying?
You
And-
arguably are probably part of one of the greatest teams ever created.
Yeah, like without you. You know what I'm saying? Like they was
I mean,
one of the greatest teams ever created without you.
no,
Because they went 73-9 without him.
but with him, they were one of the greatest teams ever.
No, I'm talking about
Without him, no, it was with him.
no.
That record was with him. It wasn't without him.
No, he was 73, and the Golden State Warriors was 73-9. Kevin Durant was not on the team.
Oh, gotcha. You're talking about Golden State the year before that?
The year that they
beat
went
him.
73-9,
Okay.
Kevin Durant is not on the team.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They just beat Kevin Durant that year in Game 7. You know what I'm saying? In like the Western Conference Finals to go and lose to the Cavs. But LeBron, and then after that season, that's when he went to Golden State. He joined Golden State, and then they win 2 chips in a row. They beat LeBron twice. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't want to feast either one of those teams though. Golden State or the Lakers. If we're really gonna talk about it, that's how I feel. But I think we should move on, man. We
Talking
spent,
about basketball for a while.
yeah. We was wailing in the
Who ain't
NBA.
proud of it, bro?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, it's like, they it's soon to be crunch time. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be well, it's just officially March, man. March Madness is coming soon. Can't wait for that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna fill out our bracket.
I see you with your
Michigan, you know what I'm saying? Fab Five, Chris Webber shit. You know what I mean? I does this. I does this. I might have to have the Duke one soon on there. You know what I'm saying? I'll go on a whole college theme for the month of March.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea, right? Every Sunday I'm gonna have some college shit on for the whole month.
That'd be fire.
Thank you. It is fire. I just thought of that. Fire, right?
Thank you. It is fire.
you know. So I kind of want to let's there's not much to talk about in baseball just yet, but we know we could get through it. In terms of the Yankees, it's like, what the fuck is up with Jason Dominguez? You know what I'm saying? Like, naturally,
it's a middle tab. Inside.
What?
Yankees.
Wait, right here.
That's the top. looked it up.
Oh, that's Mets.
Hold down. Yeah, I told you the middle tab.
I don't know, but this is fine. There we go. Yankees actually be losing right now. Spring training to the Braves 4-0. I believe Stroman was on the mound starting this game. Not a good look for him on that one. Still a bunch of spring training. When is the season officially start?
No, you guys been at least decent spring training wise. I mean, no, I know it's spring training, but
Yeah, no. I mean, no, we've been decent, but I mean, like more or less. I mean, we've had some good games from Bellinger, which is nice to see. We've had some good games from Goldschmidt. Cole was looking dominant. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like we've had like that what we things that we're expecting to see and whatnot. I think there's still other places and pieces that need to be filled, especially when you think about the bench, and the backup players and those young cats that we got, and even considerations. We got a young 19-year-old shortstop stud that could possibly be making his way up soon.
You got
Maybe
a
he'll
name
get
on
some. Dude, Anthony, don't talk to me like that. Got a name on him. Should smack this kid.
The fuck you talking about? How's that out of pocket in any way?
It's not out of pocket. I'm just saying.
You're the fucking one that said Yankees shortstop, young stud. That's what you said.
George Lombard. Little fuck. Guy, he's 19-year-old. He plays shortstop. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire.
He's a number 2 prospect in our organization. So when you're a number 2 prospect, that means you're nice.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is
George Lombard. It's a very Yankee name right there.
yeah, hell yeah. Fit right in.
Mm-hmm.
Fit right in next to Judge.
And he's a shortstop?
And he's a shortstop. Like he stops it short.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Is that what that means?
That's what that means. But Dominguez, man, like again, not to be fucking sidetracked by this one over here. Fucking Dominguez, he naturally he's a fucking center fielder. You know what I'm saying? You're not playing center field. We need you to play left field. How the fuck is it so hard to go from center field to left field? Like should be pretty much like a smooth transition, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't center fielders like aren't they interchangeable? Like aren't they able to play right or left?
You would think so. You would think so. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying like how much like he's having a lot of trouble missing the ball, misjudging the
Wait.
ball.
Is he a righty? And that's the reason why?
No, I don't think that has anything to do with it. There's no
I guarantee you this motherfucker's righty, and he's like, I can't do it because it's left field.
Nah, I don't think that makes sense. No, I don't think I don't think that's the reason. But he's fucking pissing me off though. I'll tell you that much. He need to get his shit together. And yeah, bro. Cause like I mean, you are one of our top prospects. Like your bat in the lineup is big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what we've seen. That's what we anticipate when you are on there. But like you also gotta be able to play your position. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't need a DH. We already gonna have a DH with Stan whenever he comes back. You know what I'm saying? We didn't, we need you to play the outfield. You're an outfielder. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like get it together.
Get your roll straight.
Yeah, like fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
So
I mean,
hopefully-
and if you're already a fielder as is, like why can't you fucking plug that? Like it should be interchangeable, and you're right.
Should be. But we'll see what happens.
I'm pretty sure the drills are the same.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure they just have these motherfuckers out there just like catching balls and shit.
Where?
Balls on that.
Now the Mets, oh, they're losing to the Red Sox,
Fuck the Red Sox.
6-3 in the bottom of the seventh. But
Can I get some confirmation on that?
what?
Fuck the Red Sox.
Fuck the Red Sox.
There you go.
Definitely fuck them. But now the Mets, like I was seeing on Instagram some posts with like a little, it was like a little 2-on-2 competition of like line drives and batting practice with Nimmo and Lindor and Soto and Alonso. You know what I'm saying? So like you're seeing that little core four, as you could say, possibly. You know what I'm saying? Of players that um, vocals and leaders and what should hopefully be the players that the Mets are going to be building around. You know what I'm saying, in this near future. And I like to see that. I like to see that. I mean, it's still fuck Soto. You know what I'm saying? It's still going to be fuck Soto from the Yankee fan in me. But
Yeah.
like I am happy for the Mets to see that they've gotten this, to see how it's going to be and things like that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So I'm not really completely against the Mets' success really at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really hating on them. But the way the whole situation went down with Soto, it does kind of like rub me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he'll probably forever get a fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all win the World Series, he'll get it like a double fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck you, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. That's how I feel about that. Anything you want to add with the Mets or the Yankees? I just want to know.
Yankees look solid. I don't view it as the Yankees are bums at all. Like I view it as pretty much that you got your league and still down, bro. Like I don't think you guys really lost. Like if anything, you guys are you're only inching and maturing, and you still got fucking Aaron Judge, bro. Like still got Judge. He's still maybe the second best player or third best player in the fucking league, like
or the first.
or the first best, like you never know. The season hasn't even fucking started yet. Like Aaron Judge could have fucking 80 fucking home runs. Like
another 50 though, at least.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like he could, like so that's the thing, I really view it as the Yankees are good, the Mets are good. I think we're gonna have a great fucking baseball season, bro, and we're both gonna be fucking happy this year. Like, and I know we got Soto, so it's okay though. Like, it's gonna be all right. Like you're maturing, we're getting better, everything's good.
Yeah, no, I agree. Hopefully, the the sequel to like the Subway series will will happen soon.
And there's been plenty of players that have left. It's interchangeable, bro. Think about all the players that have gone from the Yankees to the Mets or the Mets to the Yankees.
Oh yeah, no, a lot.
I know it's the biggest contract ever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like fucking Darryl Strawberry, one of our greatest fucking players ever of all time, went to you guys.
He did.
Yeah.
He did go to us.
I know that.
Won the World Series with us.
And I get butthurt when I see a Darryl Strawberry fucking Yankee jersey.
I got one.
And I know you do.
I'll put it on right now.
Fuck you.
I'll put it on.
See what I'm saying? Like,
No, I see.
Yeah,
I see. But
and he got us dubs. So like, I look at it like he got us a dub, bro. Like,
I feel you. He's one of the greats.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the greats in New York sports. Continuing, but to the NFL, I want to have this. The Jets. I'm still don't know what direction they're going just yet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's clear. Obviously, they got rid of Aaron Rodgers, But in terms of what they're gonna do, what they might uh, try to be searching for in terms of quarterback and other positions that they need to fill on the team. But the Giants with the 3 pick has a lot more question marks. And for the past week or so, you heard some rumblings in the sports world about the Giants trying to get Matthew Stafford or be willing to get Matthew Stafford from the Rams. Matthew Stafford then signs the extension to stay with the Rams. So then that becomes
Off the
obviously
table.
not possible no more. But they have now an option to get Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I don't really feel like it's a bad move.
No, because we want to fucking tank anyway. So, like,
No, I don't think. No, I think, but if you get Aaron Rodgers, like you still like draft like Shador or something.
yeah,
You
no,
know
we
what I'm saying?
still we still can get a good fuck. I mean, like, but not what who's not a quarterback, right?
A quarterback, yeah,
So you still want a young quarterback and still get Aaron
of
Rodgers?
course,
Okay,
yeah.
like kind
That's
of
what I
like
think. Like,
journeyman type shit.
no, like, yeah. Well, Aaron Rodgers is not a journeyman. He's just becoming that like right now in this moment in his
No, I'm
career.
saying yeah.
But like,
Let him retire here. Like
well, no, I don't know. It's kind of like what we did with Kurt Warner back in the day when we
yeah,
got Eli Manning. Like we got Kurt Warner. He was, coming off like Super Bowl wins and losses with the Rams and the Cardinals. But he was kind of here really to kind of like take Eli under the wing, and then we
yeah.
passed the realm off to Eli, even though Kurt Warner was actually having a good season. You know what I'm saying? And we was above 500, and in contention to at least be a wild card playoff team. And they just passed it to Eli. We wound up not making the playoffs, because of his struggles when he first started. But you got this third pick, unless the two quarterbacks go, first 1 and 2, which obviously then it would leave you with Abdul Carter, which is really probably a a game changing defensive end rushing edge rusher. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like how we seen what damn, what's this guy's name that's on the Cowboys that we could have got? Damn.
This past year.
Nah, it's young
The,
cat.
no, I'm saying
Defense. We couldn't have
this
got
past
like
year or the year before that.
no, it was we could have got him in the draft and they moved up and took him. But I can't remember what his name is.
Okay, keep going. Man.
Anyway, the defensive player on Dallas that's mad nice. He's the one like we could have got, and this Abdul Carter is in comparison. Micah Parsons, that's who I'm talking
Okay.
about. Micah Parsons. So like he would be in comparison to Micah Parsons, like that type of game changing edge rusher, immediate impact, So like that wouldn't be a bad move neither to get Abdul Carter. But like and there was a time where I felt like Cam Ward was probably the better choice to go as quarterback over Shador Sanders. But the more I hear this kid Sanders speak, and the swag about him and the confidence about him, and where he's like, everywhere I've been, I've just, shut up the haters and the naysayers and all of this talk that he's done and proved on and off the court. I mean, on and off the field. It's like just more and more of a reason why, like, I want him in New York. I want him to be our next quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I would love for us to sign Aaron Rodgers for the $3 million. Like something cheap would have been way better than signing what we would have had to pay for Stafford anyway. Like there's no way Stafford would have deserved any 40 or $50 million that guaranteed money. Like you're out of your fucking mind. You know what I'm saying? But Aaron Rodgers, for like the veteran minimum or whatever it is, $3 million, $4 million, like that's not a problem at all. We get him. We still draft Shador. Hopefully, like I said, Cam Ward and Abdul Carter would go ahead. Shador falls to us. We draft him. He gets to watch an Aaron Rodgers shadow for some games. You know what I'm saying? And then be ready to come in and be our starting quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like the same way, Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre and shit, and was waiting in the wings, this 1 year of waiting, or even like more than half the season of waiting would be, ideal.
Development.
Yeah, I mean, we see it even more like this past season. Those quarterbacks that were thrusted in, um, like this guy from Richardson from the Colts.
It's not
You know,
necessarily a good thing.
yeah, like he was thrusted in. He didn't really get it. They benched him for like a game or two, but then when he got that opportunity to come back, he was able to, correct some of those mistakes that he was doing. And it's good to see that, with these young players. So I definitely feel like making that move uh, for the Giants would be really smart for our future and shape us. Um, because now we see Washington, they get Debo Samuel for San Fran for a fifth rounder at that. Like
Mhm.
that's crazy, a fifth round pick for Debo Samuel. You know, it was good for Washington. They got money to spend. That's another top notch wide receiver to go with McLaurin and Jaden Daniels that can make moves. And San Fran gets to dump a big contract and get a draft pick in return. You know, even though I mean a fifth fucking round pick, like shit. I bet you there's a bunch of teams that wish they would have just had that opportunity to give up a fifth round pick only just for fucking Debo Samuel. But we'll see how that's gonna work out for. But Washington is gonna make some big moves. Washington is gonna make some big moves this year. They're gonna be a contender. This where us and Dallas look like we fell off and shit like that. Them two teams, Philly and Washington, is really Philly been on it and Washington is stepping up and coming up on it. You know what I'm saying? And now we got to try to start thinking about the future when it's gonna be our turn to come on it. You know what I'm saying? Because like how you said, like even if we get Aaron Rodgers, like there really isn't no expectations for us to be extremely nice with him. You know
No,
what I'm saying? Like ideally we would want to get, something like
just something.
uh-huh.
You
Because we're
know,
gonna need other players. Like Malik Neighbors is top notch. He's a stud. He's fucking beast, number one wide receiver. But we still need, you know, a complimentary wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? That would take some of the pressure off of him. Because teams are gonna want to just double team him. You know,
we need pieces, bro.
we do, and we leaving it into the hands of these two, fucking Shane and Dable. So they got the opportunity. They can't say they haven't. So they better just cash the fucking. Oh, Met score run. It's not 6-4. Uh, so we're gonna see what's up with that. And as we get closer to the draft, the combine's been going on.
Hmm.
These past couple of
I've
days, you've
been
been
seeing
seeing,
clips.
yeah. So players, showing their speed and skills and everything like that. And getting their grades. And we see we're gonna see who's gonna show out. Jackson Dart, that's another cat. He's a quarterback. Um, probably third ranked behind um Shador and Cam Ward, and there's question marks of what a team might see right now and where they're willing to take him.
Mhm.
Maybe he could be a late first rounder, maybe he could be a early second rounder. Maybe he could be even higher than that. Look at what Atlanta did. They took their quarterback last season, and nobody thought anybody was going to take him that early, and they just jumped up and was like, "Yo, this is our guy," and they did, and he's their guy, and he was solid. Once they sacked Kirk Cousins, he got, they all these young quarterbacks. Some of them very rarely just come out the gate crazy. Some of them got butterflies in it, but they work through it and they develop to be quality competing quarterbacks, and that's what you need in this league. Unfortunately, that's the most important position on the team.
Yeah, that's
Thanks.
supposed to be a leader.
Mhm.
He's a shot caller, play caller, at least on the offensive end,
Word.
and that's like half the squad. That's half the team right there,
Facts.
and that's how you make it. That's how you get your points.
Facts. Word up. But I think that's it for sports this week, right?
Yeah.
Turn it up.
Anything pop culture wise that you want to talk about? Anything going on in the world?
Pop culture wise, nah,
No.
you.
Hmm.
Oh, WWE. We gotta do that.
Let's do it.
And the boxing. So last night, two big events in the sports entertainment world. You know what I'm saying? We'll start with WWE. You know, it was the Elimination Chamber. You know, which is this match where it's an elimination style. You could lose, and the last one standing will get to fight Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania
Okay.
next month or whatever. Um, so in the match, it was Drew McIntyre. It was Seth freaking Rollins, Damian Priest, John Cena, CM Punk, and Logan Paul. You know what I'm saying? So six wrestlers fighting at not at once. The thing is like two start, and then every 5 minutes, one of these.
Royal Rumble style.
No,
pretty
one of
much.
these. Well, they're all actually in the ring, but there's a chamber. It's like a plastic door, and kind of like lifts up and down, and allows a random wrestler to now come into the match. Until all are in. And then at the end of the match, John Cena wins. You know what I'm saying? Like I was surprised. I was like, oh, he's not gonna win because he old and washed up already. Like his time is over. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, nah. So he wins. So that means he would be fighting Cody Rhodes in WrestleMania.
Mhm.
For the title. And next, all of a sudden, all you hear is the Rock. Rock's theme comes on. So now he comes down. And now The Rock, he's part owner, he's on the board, like he's legit, like, the man,
Mhm.
in this thing. And he's basically trying to get somebody, he was trying to get Cody Rhodes. He was trying to be like a Vince McMahon role and trying to get like Triple H to be like how Triple H was like his main henchman or
Yeah.
something like that. He's trying to get Cody Rhodes to be that for him. You know what I'm saying? Like to be the one that will, ride with him and go for the title and shit like that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And Cody Rhodes is like, he's been like, oh, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes leaning on it, like in the storyline, looking like he's gonna actually lean towards being that, but last night he doesn't. He answers him, he's like, nah, I'm never gonna do that. I'm not gonna sell my soul and shit like that. And we brothers, it was like people like John Cena that built this and everything like that. And he goes to give John Cena like love and shit, a hug. John Cena turns on him,
Nope. Like,
joins The Rock. You know what I'm saying? Which is like big heel turn. Like this is big. Like John Cena's never been bad. Like his whole career. He's always been a good guy
mhm.
and a fan favorite. You know what I'm saying? Now he's gonna be a bad guy and probably still a fan favorite. Which is crazy. Because he's gonna be like I said, he's gonna be the heel. He's and Cody Rhodes is still gonna be the main guy. Which this kind of reminds like of like if you knew old wrestling, like his pops Dusty Rhodes. There was a lot of times like this happened to him. Like the Road Warriors turned on him. Fucking Ric Flair turned on him. You know what I'm saying? Fucking like Ole Anderson and Arn Anderson turned on him. You know what I'm saying? So it was like there would be these storylines where like, yeah, these are my brothers. You know what I'm saying? And we're riding out. You know what I'm saying? And then mid match, then everybody just starts beating his ass. You know what I'm saying? And it's over. Like, oh, they're not my boys no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like you kind of seen that, and it was good. It was good. It was good to see. Uh, wrestling is beach right now. Netflix, man, tap in. But now in the boxing shit, fucking Tank Davis and Lamar Roach, they fought as well last night. Which I'm not gonna front. There was a part of it where my ass was dozing off because I'm so fucking old and tired and fucking come home from work and shit like that. But like I did watch the majority of the fight. Like
How was it? From what you saw?
from what I saw, it was like it wasn't enough action. Like it wasn't enough like there was moments where they was exchanging and shit like that, but it was like nothing. It was really like a stalemate. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
called it a draw, and it really did feel like a draw. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Even though there was a controversial moment where Tank Davis takes a knee, and usually when you take a knee, that's a knockdown. But he went to took the knee, and he said, but he was like kind of like motioning to the ref like hold on, and then went to his corner to get like a towel to wipe his face and whatnot. Which at the end he said, I quote, 2 days ago I just got my hair braided, so the sweat and the grease was in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he took the knee to get that shit, because he couldn't see, he was blind. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like it does look sus the way it went down, but it also didn't look like he got hit OD for that
That happens.
to happen either. You know, but you never know. But you know, there was some controversial. It was a little controversial with that part. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people, you know, thought that Lamar Roach did good enough to actually win the fight. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Tank Davis is the champ. You know what I'm saying? And to beat the champ, you got to usually drop the champ. You know, and you didn't come close to dropping him, even though he did take that knee. So it was like that's where the controversy is at. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it was like technically you kind of did drop him, but it wasn't even counted as a drop. You know, like the ref didn't say like start counting. It was he heard. He's like, oh, I continue fighting and let it rock. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, especially at home and online,
Was
and
there a
like
lot
I
of
said,
contact and shit, or was there? Because I mean, it's a tank fight, so I figure that there's actually a lot of contact.
no, I think both. Yeah, I think kind of like what was probably the problem with the fight is like both of their styles mimic each other. Like they're both counter punchers and shit like that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So like when you have two counter punches going at it, you don't really have too much where someone is initiating the
The engagement is low.
you know, the fight. You know,
They're literally waiting for.
they're really trying to wait for their shot for
to
like for
come
your
in.
mistake.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? For like you to do this so I can hit you. You know what I'm saying? And they both kind of look like they boxed that way, and I think that was probably why the fight ended the way it did. I don't think there was a clear cut winner. I think people are just saying maybe that Roach might have won based off of what they saw, but like saying that it was a draw, like in my eyes, from what I saw, was sounding about right. You know what I'm saying? It sounded about right. So um I understand it. I understand it. But um he Tank Davis really needs to stop, you know, ducking the main fighters and trying to give these other people like opportunities, because a guy like Lamar Roach is gonna fight you like this is the biggest fight of his life, because it literally is the biggest fight of his life up
Mhm.
until that point. You know what I'm saying? And you've already had big fights. You know what I'm saying? So like you've taken on somebody like him, you're fighting down Charlie, and you got a blemish on your record now, because now you're 30-0-1. You know what I'm saying? You still got you still got the 0 losses, but you know, now you got that tie though. You got a tie. You got a draw. So he really need to be fighting Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a Devin Haney and these other cats. These all the cats that are, you know, top notch in that division and weight class. You know what I'm saying? Like you got some big names, you know? You got some big names of people that deserve some fights, you know? And not just Ryan Garcia or Romel, whatever, Romy. We need to see the
No,
big time
you're right.
names. You know what I'm
Big
saying?
time names, dangerous people.
Yeah, because I think that's what be hurting boxing is like they say it's the money, but like at the end of the day, it's like you know you're gonna get money. You're
It's-
gonna
it-
get
it-
you're gonna get money on the front end, and then you get money on the back end after they tally up all the pay per view sales or whatever.
It's
is.
promotions.
You know what I'm saying?
It's promotions and the promoters that fuck it up.
Yeah,
And their deals. Because half the time it has nothing to do with the agreement between the fighters or people wanting to fight each other. It has more to do with, I don't know, one promoter being signed exclusively to fucking Showbox or
yeah,
you know
to
what I
fucking
mean?
to
Or
fucking
one or
De La Hoya, and they can't fight because it's gonna be on the Mayweather and shit.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. And then that one has a deal with CBS. And then you know what I mean? Like
and the other
so
one is DAZN, and the other one is HBO.
facts.
No, I know.
So that shit fucks things up where people have exclusivity deals with certain, you know, platforms
Mhm.
and then they're not able to fight on other platforms. It's fucking stupid.
Nah, yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb. And really, all it's doing is really just hurting the sport.
It's hurting the fucking
It's
sport.
hurting the
Bro.
sport. It's not really, you know.
I'm sorry, I'm not watching boxing the Zone League. I'm not watching
Yeah.
Showbox Boxing League.
Yeah,
You
right.
know, shit doesn't make sense to me, bro.
Mhm.
Like, stop that shit. Like, let's get rid of that shit. Like,
Facts.
let the highest bidder between the two parties win that deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like CBS going, all right, I want that fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, or DAZN saying I want that fight, and them going
Yeah,
like
or
that's going to be the mega
Showtime.
fight.
Like Showtime and HBO always had it. You know what I'm saying? And they always
Yeah.
had the HBO.
But they're
the
willing to
pay-per-view.
put the most money up to the fighters for
Yeah.
the bag, you know,
Mhm.
and the fighters come into that agreement. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like that's the way it should be. I don't view it like there should be exclusivity deals with these fucking promoters. We're putting way too much money in the fucking or power in the promoters' hands.
Right.
I love De La Hoya, you know, but and I know he means right. And same thing with Mayweather. I know he means right as well.
Mhm.
You know, and they're actually trying to alleviate this situation because they went through it where they
Mhm.
had to deal with like certain powers that be promoters that were, and that's the reason why they even have their own fucking promotions. You know,
Right.
because they had to deal with these motherfuckers, and these dudes have exclusive rights with HBO or fucking like Showtime, and they literally had to do either or, and they weren't actually able to fight each other. That's the reason why fucking Mayweather wasn't able to fight fucking Pacquiao for fucking years and years
Yeah, I
and
know.
years.
Yeah, but then that's what we fucking up. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Word up. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll get some more fights coming soon. I know we're gonna hopefully we get Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez real soon. That's gonna be a big fight
Mhm.
whenever them two lock it in. But
You ready for it?
now it is. I'll do the introduction.
All right.
This week's vinyl of the week is Eminem's The Marshall Mathers LP.
um, Released on May 23rd, 2000. This is Eminem's second album or second LP. If you considered all of his albums or recordings, this would be his third. Um, the Marshall Mathers LP, personally for me, is kind of one of the more important rap records that I've had or listened to in my life. It came out probably when I was in sixth grade. I think sixth grade. No, wait, 2000, 2000, 2001, right? 11. No, this came out when I was in middle school, so not sixth grade,
Seventh grade?
seventh or eighth grade. I think eighth grade. 9/11 would have been high school. So yeah, this came out in seventh, eighth grade for me. I fucking love this album. It got me into hip hop. Uh, Weirdly enough, I mean, Eminem has always been the most successful rapper out of a subcategory in rap called horror rap or like gore rap. There's a bunch of names for it. But in general, it was more or less like very explicit rap lyrics about like, I don't know, murdering someone with a fucking shank or, like smearing blood on the wall.
Mhm.
It was like definitely a category owned by a rap collective called Nonfiction that I was really, really into in high school. This album kind of hit a mark for me, or it kind of was really, really weird because at the same time, while I was getting into that, this album came out and it was the most fucking popular album,
Mhm.
and no one knew
Facts.
about that, but everyone knew about this. So it was like, yo, what the fuck, So it very much like you could tell like he was the breaking dude, like kind of that broke out on that subcategory, and now he's considered one of the greatest rappers of all time. The Slim Shady LP came out a couple of years before that, and that album was incredibly important to me. I fucking play that album almost every fucking day, and it was my gateway album for hip hop, like for rap in general. Slim Shady LP was my gateway. And then this album came out, and it was more of a connecting factor of pop and underground.
Mhm.
He kind of blatantly made it clear that that category can be successful. And not only that, very pivotal and influential to further like artists coming out in the future. You could hear hints of this album and other so many good artists' work, and when it comes down to Eminem albums, this is number one, unquestionably
yeah.
number one.
Definitely his best one.
Yeah, and you could put Slim Shady LP underneath this, and then underneath that, you could probably put, if you're talking about LPs, I don't know, Eminem Show, maybe one of his newer albums, But this is number one. Yeah, this is number one though. There's not even a fucking question. This is number one on his albums. How do you feel about this album?
I think I agree.
And where were you in your life when this album came out?
You said 98?
No, 2000.
It came out 2000. I was junior high school. Junior high school. Yeah, I remember it. I remember my mom got it for me. I remember listening to it. I remember being kind of like shocked in some of the lyrics with some of the songs. Like, never really hearing anybody like rhyme like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you hear like Kim or Amityville.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But definitely, I think one of the top 10 most influential albums in hip hop history. You know what I'm saying? In terms of what it meant to the game, how it changed the game, how it even like when you hear Stan, like when you hear like if you ever watched interviews and people talk about Eminem, like if you ever heard like I could specifically remember like one with like the Locks with like Jada Kid Styles and Chic, and they're talking about Stan, like holy fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like so much that like it is like a diss in like the hip hop culture. You know what I'm saying? Like you a stan, you a stan of me. You know what I'm saying? Like you're my biggest fan type shit. Like
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's how transcending that song became. That it just actually became a word within itself that describes something that everybody understands what it means. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean by that. But like one of my favorite albums, period, of all time. Songs like Kill You, fucking serial killer hiding murder material in a cereal box on top of your stereo. Like, it's crazy. A serial killer hiding murder material in a cereal box on top of his stereo. It's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kill You, Stan.
Who Knew?
Who Knew is good. The Way I Am, obviously. Real Slim Shady is, that was probably the song I liked the least because of how commercial it was. You know what I'm saying?
But definitely his biggest hit.
Yeah.
That and,
Yeah, but for me, it was probably between Stan and The Way I Am as the biggest hits for this album. The real Slim Shady is what got him on like TRL and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But like in terms of what it was for this song, for this album, it's way different.
That and like Hi My Name Is are
like
his worst songs ever, but our biggest songs.
Yeah, and like even the Guess Who's Back on the Eminem Show, like you could tell like these three albums, when you think about it, they all have the same formula.
Yeah, Eminem's formula is if he can listen to it like 20 times and not want to listen to it anymore, he knows he has a hit.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally his fucking formula. Like if it literally if he could play it and it's like it numbs his brain, he knows that it's just good radio music because
Uh-huh.
that's what that fucking is, bro. Like radio music is just numbing, like engaging, but like repetitive, and it
Mhm.
becomes like a thing where that's what people want. Like
Right.
unfortunately, that's the most successful shit.
Yeah. No, it really is.
Yeah, it's the
It
reason
really
why
is.
like Cameron got to like dumb his shit down to be fucking successful and shit. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like, you
Yeah,
know what I
nah, but
mean?
this, yeah, no, I do.
Yeah.
And this album, Drug Ballad, I love that one. You know what I'm saying? It's almost a love song.
Drug Ballad is one of my favorite fucking
Yeah.
songs.
Uh-huh.
And when it comes down to this like album, like I don't hear you don't hear many of these songs on like night
Mainstream.
no, not even nightlife. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
like because coming from where I come from, like I work in the nightlife industry, you don't hear many of the like Eminem songs in general being played in clubs,
Yeah.
for lounges, bars, whatever. And I heard Drug Ballad the other day, and I was like, "Yo, like," and it made sense, and everyone was amped about it.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, and everyone was into it, bro. Like,
Here's my love song. It goes like this. Back on Mark Wahlberg's Mark Remark.
yeah,
This is how
yeah,
we used to let the party start. We used to mix in with Bacardi Dark, and when it kicked in, he would hardly walk.
yeah.
Shit, nigga, I'm telling you, I really love this album. Amityville. Amityville is like real good with you start seeing the introduction of like D12 now with that one.
Yeah,
The Bitch Please, he finally got, because I mean there really isn't that many like features on this album.
no.
You know what I'm saying? Like
You have Sticky Fingers and you have D12.
and Sticky Fingers and RBX, that's one song where they're there. D12, you know, one or two songs. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you want to count the Amityville.
Mhm.
And then the Bitch Please 2, which is really like Exhibit's song that he, like
And yeah, you have like Dre
remixed.
and shit. Yeah,
Yeah, with Dre, Snoop, and Nate Dogg. You know, I mean,
and you
that's
are
all.
right.
And then
Clearly, listened to this the other day, like being like, this is an Exhibit song, bro.
yeah,
Like you could tell, like this is a straight up just
no,
an
because the
Exhibit
first
song.
song is Bitch Please, and it's Exhibit and Snoop.
Yeah,
And he did like a remix. It's kind of like a remix, Bitch Please too. You know what I'm saying?
didn't even fucking realize that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. For the original song is without Dre and Eminem. I'm
huh.
pretty sure it's just
Exhibit.
Snoop, Exhibit, and maybe Nate Dogg.
Shout out to
Bitch
Exhibit,
Please,
bro.
and rest in peace, Nate Dogg.
And yes, and
Facts,
rest in peace, Nate Dogg, bro.
facts. And Kim, which is like the ultimate, like you're mad at your girl, put that on, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Because it depends on how you are. You don't want to have to, strangle her after. But
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but
yeah,
yeah,
no, I've been there. And then Criminal is a song that was really heavily pushed, but you didn't really hear that much. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Unless you had it. But it was funny, like in the middle of the song, he's like doing the bank robbery, and then takes the money, shoots the chick, and says "thank you," and then runs out. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm a criminal. You know?
It's that hints of Redman in there, bro.
Yeah. Well, he fucks with Reggie a lot, Reggie Noble. But definitely my favorite Eminem album. This is some shit I actually need to get. Whether it's the CD or actually I need both. I need the CD and the vinyl. But definitely on my bucket list or something to get. And then you got the shit autographed too.
Yeah,
See that? Fire. This guy right here. Fucking he knows Eminem and shit.
Eminem knows Eminem and shit.
You know? This guy's so cool.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I had that for a while. My mom's did a promo party for him when I was younger. Album release party. So they did a bunch of cool shit, and they did. He was signing, signing fucking CDs and shit. So they had copies of the CD, signed a copy for me, and I was mad happy about it, bro.
Fine.
Oh yeah.
fire.
Oh yeah. They had fucking
Hell
like
yeah.
blow up dolls and shit.
Or
Christina Aguilera and fucking Britney Spears and shit.
Christina
like,
Aguilera.
a bunch of like blow up fucking
Christina
dolls.
Aguilera.
Christina Aguilera.
No, he's the gag. He's like, Christina Aguilera. All right. Well, I think that's enough. Enough of the entertainment we've hooked you up with all day today. The Jones Hour, we lit, baby. Appreciate y'all for fucking with us. You know what it is. See y'all next Sunday. Maybe we might have an interview next Sunday. We gotta work some things out with that. But a returning guest. So we see how that goes. And again, shout out to everybody. Shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to the Mets and Yankees, Giants and Jets, Nets. All the shit that keeps us going. All the fucking hip hop that we know that we try to drop. All the fucking current events that we want to, keep fucking with. And all y'all to keep fucking with us, man. Because we appreciate y'all. Big facts on that.
Whoa.
Joe, we going it down. Joe, we going it down. You see now, you fucked up.
What's up, babe? We just finished. Appreciate the love.